You know what? I threw a little dip in the hair today. I cleaned myself up. I mean, girls, try to control yourselves. Now, you know what? You can't be a slob all the time. Well, you can. But eventually, I mean, if you're any kind of human being whatsoever, your conscience catches up with you. That's the thing about smoking weed. That's why I could never smoke weed. Because for some reason, listen, your conscience is that little thing in the back of your mind that says, oh, okay, we got to do this today. We got to do that today. We got to wash the car. We got to do the laundry. We got to go to the gym. We got to look for a new job. It's constantly barking at you. It's like a little wife before you get married. And for some reason, the health effects of weed, I'm not concerned about. I don't think there are any negative health effects to smoking weed. As a matter of fact, I think it's good for your health. But here's where weed is bad for you, okay? And I know everybody's like, legalize weed. Everybody's going to be smoking pot. It's a big fucking party. Wrong. Because once you start smoking weed, that little voice in the back of your head that tells you to get shit done goes away. Okay? It's that little voice that for some reason, when I used to smoke weed, I could go sit on the couch, pull out 2 sleeves of Oreos. I remember one time it was like around Christmas time. You know how you get all the candy inside your stocking and whatnot? I remember I got on the couch, I grabbed like 3 candy bars, a bag of M&Ms, and like a handful of Hershey's Chocolate Kisses, and I'm sitting there watching Law and Order, and I'm like, and by the time I was finished with it, there was no voice. You know that voice in the back of your head that says, you fucked up, you shouldn't have did that, you're going to pay for that. You're going to get big, you're going to get fat, that little voice that keeps on nagging at you, gone. So go ahead and smoke your weed. It's perfectly all right to sit around all day when you smoke weed. Your conscience just disappears. That little nagging of voice is very important. And sometimes it's the only thing that'll get you out of bed in the morning. What are we doing? I don't even know what we're doing here. Oh yeah, Operation Wallet Buster! Oh. All right. There we go. All right, so we have some amendments to make here. We got Bonk's Adventure. Cross that one off the list, huh? Hey guys, we're almost done. So anyhow, basically I was gonna go for Dinosaur Peak. I was gonna do it. I said, you know what, this is the time. Let me, put the foot to the accelerator. The goddamn thing keeps on going up in price. This price right here is probably outdated now. And I did this just a few weeks ago. So I said, let's go for Dinosaur Peak. I started selling stuff off, and in the middle, I guess not even a quarter of the way there, the hand of fate steps in. And I get an email from Dave all the way from the UK. And he says, I got some Nintendo games for you. And if you're interested, I got a game that I'm selling. And he offered me a really good deal on it. We paid $380 for it. Let's check it out. Here we go, guys. All the way from the UK. How exciting, right? Listen, I love the UK. I mean, I just imagine like going over there, going down to the pub. What do you guys do? Hang out at the pub? We don't call it the pub. We call it the bar around here. But I used to love when Lemmy Kilmister used to call the pub the Boozer. So I figured we go to the UK. I meet up with Dave. Dave and Tootie UK. I think Dave and Tootie UK are friends. And we go down to the Boozer, suck on a couple of fags. Might even have a cigarette or two. All right. Oh, God, bad jokes. All right, here we go. Whoa, Jesus. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Here we go. We got a note here. A note in an envelope, huh? You know what I love about England so much? I love World War II. Oh my God, Winston Churchill? What, are you kidding me? You ever hear Winston Churchill's speeches? Oh, they're fantastic. Winston Churchill was a real badass. You know what his plan was? His doomsday plan? I forgot the name of it. It had a great name too. I wish I could remember it. But he was afraid that the Germans were going to, launch chemical weapons into like London and whatnot with the V2 rocket. Oh my God, what a fucking time in history. You're living in a city and you have rockets raining down. Oh my God, how horrific. Rockets and bombs raining down. They built a cannon that could fire all the way to England. What insidious people you're dealing with here? Yeah, so Winston Churchill's plan, this was like a last-ditch, last-resort plan. If chemical weapons were fired against England, he was going to just fly and dump anthrax all over all the farms in Germany, effectively wiping out all of Germany. That's the thing that cracks me up about warfare. There's actual rules. Like, oh, wait a second, can't use chemical weapons. Hold on a second here. We can't have millions dying. We can only have hundreds of thousands. Come on, guys, play fair. What? I don't know. Here we go. Okay. Dear Bedhead 1000, the host of the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization. And you better believe that. With a 4K hairdo today! Here's a package, as discussed via email. I wanted to contribute to your show by sending you some NES games all the way from the United Kingdom to help you with your US Complete NES Collection series. My wife and I love your show. Wow. You got a good woman, buddy. You got a good woman there. I love hearing that. I love it. And we look forward to every episode as it's guaranteed to be a blast and full of interesting stories and laughter. Wow. As I know you are a fan of classic shooting games, I wanted to send you 2 shooters that I know you haven't got. Capcom, baby. I'm getting chills. All right. I have also included a fan-translated... Okay, I don't want to talk about that. Okay. Okay. I've also included a game on your Operation Wallet Buster list. Okay. I hope you enjoy the games and keep up the good work. All the best. Dave from his channel is Retro Dave Nintendo. Retro Dave Nintendo. And check out his channel. And Dave tells me that he's a good friend at 2D UK. 2D UK, great friend of the show. Love 2D UK. Great guy. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Guys, in the plastic here. In the plastic. Look at this. Oh! Oh my God. Oh my God, look at this. 1942 Capcom Classic. You want to talk about shooter pedigree? You talk about 1942, you talk about 1943, you talk about 1943 Kai. I mean, this is I mean, fantastic vertically scrolling shooter pedigree right here. You are a daring fighter pilot, super ace. Oh my God. Will it be victory or defeat? It's in your skillful hands. And boy, will you have to have some skillful hands for this game. Wow. Yep. 1942 was a huge hit. Huge hit. Not just in the arcades, but on home, on home console. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Look at how beautiful that is. That is beautiful. Oh, it's going in the office. Oh man, would you look at this? 1943? The Battle of Midway. The sequel to 1942, obviously. And, I mean, look at the graphics. I mean, what an improvement over 1942. I mean, 1942 stands alone, you know, stands pretty well on its own. But 1943, look at the graphic improvement. Please, please. And I believe this leads up to the ultimate battle against the... wow, the outcome of history's most fateful air-sea battle rests in your hands. Can you avenge Pearl Harbor? If that's not a weight on your shoulders. And I believe the last battle is against the battleship, the Yamamoto. Am I saying that right? Probably not. The Yamamoto, which had 18-inch guns on the deck. 18-inch guns, the biggest of any battleship ever. I think the Bismarck had big guns, and I think those were only 16s. 18-inch guns. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine being on the deck when one of those went off. Your pancreas would probably fall out into your underwear. Man, these are hard hitters right here, man. Oh, these are hard hitters. Okay, we're going to save the best for last here. What is this? What is this? Holy mackerel. Super Mario Brothers 2. Okay, he wrote this in the note, but I just skimmed over it. I have also included a fan-translated version of Super Mario Bros. 2, Japanese Famicom version, which we only saw on the Super Nintendo as the Lost Levels game bundled with Super Mario All-Stars. Wow. This was made by Time Walk Games that no longer makes games, so their products are now quite sought after and hard to find. It's not an official NES game to add to your cabinet, but it's a cool oddity. Oh, that you can play nevertheless. Yes, a cool oddity. Wow, this is the real Super Mario Brothers 2. Unbelievable. What a treasure. We could turn the camera off right now and this would be the show. Look at that. Oh my God. What a treasure. Beautiful. Oh. Here we go. What is this here? What is this here? I don't know. Wow, look at that. It almost looks like a coaster. Huh, look at that, a coin. How about that? And some, what do we got here? These are some, look at this. Oh wow, these are some Merlin stickers. Huh. Nintendo, 1992, all rights reserved. Merlin stickers. Wow, I wonder if that's UK exclusive. I've never seen anything like this. Merlin, yeah, when I think Merlin, I think of the UK, right? You think of the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine that they used on the P-51 Mustang, huh? Wow. How interesting. Little like Mario stickers, Zelda stickers, Nintendo licensed stickers. Huh. Unbelievable. Okay, here we go. I don't know how this got up. All right, are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? Here we go right now. A box copy of Mighty Final Fight. Wow. Mighty Final Fight released in 1993. So this is way at the tail end of the NES's life cycle. And I think, I guess, what did it undersell? I don't know, because it's pretty rare. It's pretty hard to come by, as far as I know. Wow, very nice box. Be careful here. And what's interesting about this game is it was released, this is almost 4 years. I think Final Fight came out in the arcades in 1989. So the interest in Final Fight was really dwindling by the time this game came out. Plus this had like really cartoony, this is like a really cartoony version of Final Fight. I think you already had games like Mortal Kombat and whatnot coming out in the arcade. People were getting really serious about realistic graphics and whatnot. So I think maybe that's the reason why this game was overlooked. But from what I understand, this is a real kind of almost tongue-in-cheek version of Final Fight's storyline. There's 3 playable characters. I know you could use Hagar, Cody, and what's the other bum's name? How am I going to forget this? I don't know. I forget. Oh, wait. Maybe I should just read the back of the box, huh? And Guy. That's right. Hagar was the what? The mayor? The pro wrestler? I used to love how Hagar would walk in the Super Nintendo, the arcade and Super Nintendo version. He walked like he had like 4 herniated discs. He was all bent over when he'd walk, with his hands out like this. He had a great look. He looked like some barrel-chested, like beer-drinking, keg-throwing animal. Used to love Hagar. But the problem with Final Fight, number one, Final Fight for the Super Nintendo, probably one of the biggest gaffes in all of video game history was the Super Nintendo releasing Final Fight with only 2 playable characters. Instead, what did you have? You had Hagar and Cody. You couldn't play with Guy. Was that it? So you basically handed the Sega CD the torch when they created Final Fight. And that was like the definitive home console version of Final Fight because you could use Hagar, Cody, and Guy. So, great job, Super Nintendo. Even on the Nintendo, you could use all 3 characters. So Hagar was the mayor. Jessica was his daughter, remember? Jessica got kidnapped by some Gavone. And then Guy, Cody was Jessica's boyfriend. And Guy was Cody's personal trainer or something like that. So Hagar knew like pro wrestling. The mayor of the city knows Jesse the Body Ventura, right? Huh. I was almost going to say that's beyond ridiculous until it happened in real life. And then Cody knew like some ninjutsu or something like that. And then who knows? All I know is as a TurboGrafx guy, okay, we got Riot Zone. And Riot Zone was going to be Final Fight. In other words, the TurboGrafx version of Final Fight. Not exactly. Not exactly. It was a good game, but here's my problem with beat 'em ups. Let's take the game out for a second here. So here's the deal. Let me explain to you what a nice deal Dave got for us, okay? Because he really did get us a nice deal. This is a complete copy of Mighty Final Fight with the little styrofoam in there. The instruction manual. And wow, a really, really, really clean cartridge. How about that? Okay, cartridge alone, it can go from 175 to 200. Bounce around from 175 to 200. When you get the box, the manual, complete versions can go up to $500 with no problem. So it really, $380 was a no-brainer for this. And I mean, on top of that, Dave sends us these other games. So this is like a really incredible deal. Dave really hooked us up. He really hooked us up. So from what I understand about Mighty Final Fight, you can gain experience levels and get additional moves and whatnot. So it's a really interesting take. It's a more cartoony take on Final Fight. It's supposed to be a very playable and it's actually a very good game from what I understand. Never played it before. So actually really looking forward to checking it out. How about that, guys? That's a smoking package. And now we can cross another one off the list. Here we go. So tune in next time when we spend my son's college fund on some more hard-to-find video games with Operation Wallet Buster. We'll see you next time. Sip of coffee for Dave. I got my head up my ass today. Guys, let's get this beauty inside the cabinet.